I'm getting stealing that. That's nice. That's moody. That's sort of dark, isn't it?
I feel quite dark.
Yeah?
Dark today. Had a couple of beers last night.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I had 2 ginger beers. Anyway, enough of that. We're at Headstock in the UK, in Birmingham, in snowy Birmingham. And we were checking out these new AZ Standards. And Paul said to me earlier that you would never normally choose an HH over an HSS. Is that right?
Absolutely. And this year, my whole year is sort of based on super strats. So this is my sort of project for the year to check out loads and loads of super strats. So yes, I would never normally go for an HH because I would just see it as a little bit not as versatile as an HSS. But I think I'm going to be proven wrong.
Because I do watch his videos.
No, he doesn't.
I've seen one. And you're playing sort of ballpark area, to me, says humbuckers over single coils.
Does it?
Yeah, and then what you've just played is, for me, a particularly humbuckery kind of riff.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you would play something similar in that vein with
I could play exactly the same thing if you want, because it's all I know how to play.
Oh, right. I didn't want to put the pressure on and say exactly the same thing. Yeah, you're the same.
We're in humbucker mode.
Everything's...
It's the same pickups.
I have no idea. What are you asking me?
Because you're
no, because this one's chromey coloured, and
that's
that
what
one's...
it is. That's That is way better.
Right, thank you for watching. That
awesome.
was beefier, right?
Yeah, it's beefy. It had more clarity. That's strange, isn't it? Because if it's the same
Go on.
bridge humbucker as that, obviously uncovered. Is it the fact it's covered?
Is it the tone wood?
Or as Henning, is it the colour?
Is it the colour? They both have locking tuners.
Yeah.
So let's just do a bit of background on the guitar before we answer that deep question, is it the cover on the pickup? This is the new AZ Standard line, which comes in at around 500 notes. I'm trying to be international there, you know?
That's crazy, isn't it? Because when I first started playing...
In...
Oh, I mean, 18...
Yeah.
500 quid. You couldn't get a decent guitar for 500 quid. That is...
Yeah, so it is decent, right?
It is really good.
We were talking earlier about the other, you've got the AZ-ES, then you've got the AZ, which is the entry-level, slightly smaller, let's say around 200 leaf huge?
300.
Is it?
I think.
Right, he's going to look that up while we're on the video, in case we're wrong. Then this is coming around 500. Then you've got the Premium, the Prestige.
Right.
So Indonesia, Japan.
Right.
And they can be, as we said, around £2,000 and more.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really, let's say, a quarter of the price of the next one up.
Right.
And Ibanez has spent a long time trying to find factories that could do this without there being such a noticeable difference.
So where are these made? Oh, they're made in China.
Mm.
Wow.
250.
250, split the difference, don't we? 250, you're welcome. So half the price of this. And we swapped guitars earlier when you were tuning them, Paul, and I had to go up and get another one because one of the AZ Standards didn't sound as good as the other ones.
Absolutely.
We don't know why. So I went up and got this one. And we went up there and genuinely, we said, is that a Standard or, oh, it's a Prestige. So
yeah.
we were, it's not that noticeable. And if you've ever played one of the other AZs that is not an AZ-ES, it is quite a challenge to notice the difference when you first look. But you can kind of tell by the bridge.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that the difference?
Firstly, this is a screw-in arm,
right,
which goes round and round, and all that.
Yeah,
times. and also it's a 6 screw bridge.
I like the vintage, and I prefer like a more vintage, the 6-screw bridge.
Why is that?
Well, I think just from playing Strats and like more sort of vintage Strats.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But I also kind of feel that way.
I mean, 6 is better than 2, isn't it?
Yeah, there's 4 more.
Exactly.
Why not 7? Yeah, so I haven't played yet, so I'm gonna whack that wireless thing off you. Now we set up this Lionheart loud pedal. Is it Tom Quayle?
Yes. Yeah.
Do we have some clean on there?
Yes, I've just set it up for you.
Oh, thanks. Because what would be interesting now is because we have a single coil at the neck.
Yeah.
We have a humbucker at the neck over there.
Yeah.
So.
Classy.
Trying to get a little bit, chill out, relax. Nice. It's a Saturday morning.
I like it.
So that's single coil. Let's switch it straight over, and I'll play something not exactly the same because I can't. And see if so 5-way switch, no pulley, but this switch down there. Instantly beefier, right?
Much beefier.
Unsurprising, humbucker.
To me is that even though it's an HH, it's got tons of clarity in the top end on the neck humbucker, on the neck humbucker, which
I was backing off that. I played differently.
Right.
I had a bit more force on that one because I knew I had this sort of headroom with the single coil. I didn't want this to go into really, like, if I played kind of the same sort of dynamic. So I did back off with this.
I like that. I think
Yeah?
I prefer.
Go on, give us a little bit of
Some
more clean.
cleany stuff.
Suddenly got really warm in here.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Oh God. I like it.
I have a request.
Yes.
Can you do that again? And I'm going to play with the tone knob because I reckon backing that tone knob off a bit.
Yeah.
Going to give us a bit more sort of 3-3-5-ish.
Okay. I likes it.
It's nice, isn't it?
I likes it.
I went a bit too far at first.
Yeah.
Got a bit too excited. But there was because tone knobs only sort of do anything around the sort of 4 or 5 range. And that started to sound really beautiful. I like it a lot. I mean, two different guitars based around the same shape and same specs, but two different voices completely.
So which one is the most versatile? Which one would you go for?
Well, we haven't even dived, before I answer that question,
Yeah.
we haven't driven. We haven't gone into Divin, thank you, into this switchy switch.
Okay.
So we've got a 5-way as you'd normally find on an S-type guitar. Then you've got this, what do Ibanez call it? Alter switch.
Oh, does that affect the single coils as well then?
Yeah. That's why it's got it here. Look. So it's not a split coil.
Oh, that's what I thought it was going to be.
No,
Maybe I should have done some research before I came here.
No, Paul. It's not what we do on this channel.
Oh.
I believe it's called the alter switch, Paul.
Is it?
Yeah, and there's a whole diagram which we'll put on screen now, which means we don't have to explain it. It's on the Ibanez website. It basically looks like that, you see. So it's quite confusing. But it's doing a bunch of stuff like splitting coils on that. But on this, which was the false one that I was looking at to begin with, well, that doesn't look like Paul's guitar. It does a whole bunch of stuff of combining one of the coils of this and one of the middle ones of that.
Oh.
And that's a whole video and concept in itself.
Right.
So I want to get to the point of this video, and you asked me a question like, which is the most versatile?
Yes.
I still think it's this.
Right.
Because we have the option, but I'm not, oh goodness.
So is it almost like a case of if you're more of a Strat type player, you'd go for that one. If you're more of a sort of a Les Paul type player, you go for this.
No.
But this is way more versatile than.
You're saying that's more versatile?
No. This is more versatile than say like a Les Paul.
All right, I see, sorry.
Or a twin humbucker guitar.
I really think it's a case of picking up both in a shop or ordering both off the internet and sending one back and finding out which one you gel with. If you know that you're more into HH, of course, you probably go for that, but don't discount this one because of the alter switch. And if you're more into single coils, it's not as simple as going for that when you've got this.
Right.
I will almost always take a single coil over a split humbucker.
Yes. Yes.
I left a space there to see what you'd say.
Yeah.
And I think that does a good enough emulation. If you spend most of your time where you need humbuckers, it makes more sense to go for that.
Yeah.
But let's say there's a grey area in the middle of these two guitars where they meet, kind of. So in versatility terms, if you don't want this ugly toilet seat pickguard thing on there that
Mother
I
of toilet seat.
despise, yes,
Mother of toilet seat. Nice.
then go for that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the sparkly pickguard.
What I will say is that if you don't know the answer to what you want, because these are only 500 quid-ish,
Buy both.
get both, or make the mistake and it's only cost you 500 quid, which is a lot of money still, but it's not $2,000.
And I might be swayed because this one feels like a better guitar.
Right.
This one here, I mean, as in the guitar as opposed to the type of guitar. I think this is it's light, it sounds better acoustically.
Well, I'm going to put some links under this video, Paul, so that people can get the specs that we didn't talk about. But roasted neck, wooden body, 3 pickups, an alter switch, which I'll say for the next time. And it's not as clear as I'll go for that one because it's HH and I'll go for this one because it's HSS. I think there's a grey area and we have failed in answering the question.
Have I ruined your video?
No, you've made it better. It would have been far worse without you.
Oh, really?
Oh, far worse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'll link to your channel as well, you know, just because it's a bit of charity and all that.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you know, do what you can. And yeah, thanks for inviting us, Headstock, distributors of Ibanez and other brands, including 𝗬𝗎 here in the UK. I've had a lovely time being in the UK so far.
Have you?
Yeah. I had the worst meal of my life last night. Let's put that in there before we end.
It wasn't great, was it?
Not worse for me in my life. I've had worse, but you know.
Welcome to England.
Thank you. And this has made it better. There we go. That's brought the mood back up again.
Thank you, sir.
See you in the next one.